Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Darren. Hope you're all well. So today we're doing a stitch with me, and we're going to be working on my Mirabilia Archangel. I was going to pick a different piece, but I forgot to charge my tablet. So I used the tablet to show some pictures on my update, and then it died, so that's on charge. So I was going to do my stitch with me on the Posh Robin, because I promised someone I would do one of those in November, so that one will have to be my next one I do. So we're going to stitch on Mirabilia today, so let's get you zoomed in a bit, and hopefully, maybe I don't want it there. Just got to start picking the wrong spot to stitch in. So I'm doing this the old style way because I'm kind of in a little bit of a hurry. I had all my plans sorted out for today. Shane stopped at his mates last night, went and had a drink. I thought, well, plenty of time to do my update video and do my stitch with me or stitch with me's. But no, Shane had other plans. So he phoned me up this morning to tell me he was going to his mum's from his mates to help with her phone, because she's having problems with her phone. And I thought, well, he's going to be ages. Normally when he goes to his mum's, he's there for hours. Yeah. I did my update video, and then he texts me, says he's on his way home. And I was like, what? You're not allowed to be on your way home. I've got plans. I need to do stuff. So, needless to say, I didn't have time for the thing to charge, and that one's in the wrong spot. It's not in the wrong spot, it's in the right spot. So yeah, so I was like, okay, what can I work on the Mirabilia then? So it's been a while since I've done one of these stitch with me's. I think it's been maybe about 4 or 5 weeks. It's been a long time. So, what to talk about? So, first thing we'll talk about work. So, I don't know if I told you, but we had a lad start work. So, a few weeks ago now. It must have been over 3 months ago, because he got his offered a full-time contract, so it must have been over 3 months ago. And he was one of these who, as one of the lads says, he could have been on is it Ripley's Believe It or Not, with the stories he used to tell. Whatever you'd done, he knew someone who'd done something better, or he'd done it better, or he was one of those kind of people. Well, he's now left. He come in one day and handed his notice in. Apparently, he's been having real bad migraines from working there. Now, he's probably the only person who actually wears a mask at work. And according to the doctor, with him wearing a mask, he's not getting enough oxygen to his brain, so therefore he's getting a lot of migraines. So the doctor advised him to leave the job. But funnily enough, he's never mentioned he gets migraines at all. The whole 3.5 months or whatever like that. And the fact that he's always talking, it's like, well, you're definitely getting enough oxygen, because you don't shut up telling your stories. That one's in the wrong spot. It's going to be good, this. I'll keep getting it in the wrong spots. So yeah, so he's left. So he went to see the manager, and he was going to tell the manager that he would work till the end of the week. And the manager just turned around and says, I just called today your last day, and just write me your notice. So he's gone. So while he was there, he broke one saw. He'd not been there that long, and he broke the saw, so they had to get a brand new saw ring. And then we have a thing called a tiger stop on the saws. This basically goes out to the length that you need to cut, and then you just push the wood up to it and then cut it. So he broke that. not long before he finished. So that's had to go off to get repaired. So that's going to cost a fair bit. So it's cost the company a fair bit of money, to be fair. So I think they were just glad he was going. So since then, we've had another guy start. He seems okay. He has learning difficulties, but he seems to be managing okay. He's a really nice guy. And then we had another guy start a couple of days ago. He's very loud. He's a friend of two of the guys. He's very loud indeed. He seems alright, but he's very loud. So he started, so we'll see how long he lasts. Work has actually picked up, to say we're getting towards the end of the year. We've actually started getting a fair bit of wood in now. I think that's mainly because everywhere's opening up again. After places reaching the 90% mark. So wood's starting to flow a bit more freely, I think. Because all the sawmills and that have started up again, because a lot of them was down south and they were on like full lockdown. So that started back up again. I've just put that one in the wrong spot. It's going to be one of these days. I can see it. There we go. So yeah, so work has now finally started picking up. Although we've only got 3 weeks left of work. No, 4 weeks left of work, and then we'll break up for 3 weeks for Christmas, which I'm so looking forward to. We'll definitely do with some time off. And then we've got 3 weeks off at Christmas, and we go back on the 10th of January. So that should be fun. Well, that'll mean that Shane's sister will be making plans for us for the whole 3 weeks, because we're not allowed to have time for ourselves. So we'll be going to the beach and stuff like that. No doubt. And to the pool, and then we're having Christmas here this year. So everyone's coming here. Normally on Christmas Day we have like a barbecue, because obviously it's middle of summer, or the start of summer, so it will be like 30 odd degrees, 40 degrees. And like an idiot, I just said, why don't we just have a roast, like a proper Christmas dinner? Yeah, that's gone down really well, so now everyone wants a roast dinner for Christmas. It's like, maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. It's got to be red hot cooking one of those on Christmas Day. So, but we'll see. It might change before then. Hopefully it does, and we'll be just having a barbecue again. Now, I probably did have some questions from previous Stitch with Me's that need answering. Those will not be answered in this one, because obviously I'm not prepared, because I had to rush to get this started. So those ones I'll probably answer in my next one. So my next Stitch with Me will be on Posh Robin, because it's nearly time for the Christmas stuff to come out. Shane actually turned around to me the other day and went, let's put the Christmas tree up. It's like, you can get stuff to the middle of November. Christmas trees don't go up until at least the beginning of December. I know some people put them up early, but I don't. It's like, yeah, there's no way I am putting my Christmas tree up now. Although someone did mention about putting it up early so the cats get used to it. So just put the tree up with nothing on. So then the cats can attack it and get it out of the system before putting the baubles and that on. But we'll see how we go. Last year they didn't really touch it. So I'm hoping this year will be the same. They're a bit older now. They're too busy chasing the geckos and everything else. But yeah, there's no way I'm putting Christmas decorations up before December. Normally my decorations go up 12 days before Christmas and come down 12 days after. Or sometimes the day after Christmas, depends how I feel. So from doing the last video, the garden is really coming along now. So maybe I have to try and get some more footage of the garden. I've got the lilies are opening. We've got gladioli opening. Dahlia's growing well. Shane's frangipanis are all starting to flower. So, which I didn't think they would do yet, because obviously they're only little. But yeah, you've got a couple of frangipanis with flowers on them. So, they're looking quite good. Shane was trying to sell some on Facebook Marketplace, but no one's been interested in them. We have an old coffee machine as well, which we got in the UK. Shane's been trying to sell that, and he put it on for, I think it was like $300, because over here they're not cheap. So he put it on for like $300, and someone offered him $100, and I was like, nah. Anyway, he found up cash converters just to see how much they would give him for it. They told him they would give him between $35 and $70. And I was like, you can forget that. So I'm not that desperate to sell it. So that's gone back in the cupboard. So yeah, so he's having no luck selling anything on there. So I was like, he was like, what am I going to do with all these frangipanis? Well, you got them all. We'd have to spread them around the garden. But they're all in pots anyway. So as you'll be doing my college work, like I said, that's gone well. All my 3 assessments come back fine, so I've passed all them. So I'm just waiting for my new one to start, new unit, which will probably be today, as you're watching this. So we'll see if I can get in front with it. Now this one I think is for 14 weeks. They've done it for 14 weeks because it goes over the Christmas period, and obviously the schools are shut. So with me being off for the 3 weeks, I should be able to get in front with that one, and maybe see about starting the next unit as well. We'll see how we go with that. But I am enjoying. Let's put them in the wrong place. I am enjoying it so far. It's definitely challenging the brain. So this unit we're doing designing using complex spreadsheets. So that's going to be fun because I'm not an expert on Excel. So designing spreadsheets is going to be fun. I know for a fact the lecturer will be getting plenty of messages from me saying, how do I do this? How do I do this bit? So, but that's what they're there for. So we'll see how that goes. It's starting to rain. So we've had some nice days. It's been really warm last night, so it's Sunday today for me. Last night was absolutely horrendous for sleeping. Got to, I think it was like 32, 33 degrees during the day yesterday. But night time, it was absolutely horrible. It was muggy as anything. I can't even see what I'm doing here. Yeah, it was muggy as anything. So it was meant to get down to like 19, 20 degrees last night. It didn't. It got the lowest it got to was 24. So needless to say, it was one of those really muggy nights where you can't sleep properly because it was just too warm. I had the fan on full blast. I thought, I'm not going to put the portable aircon on because that had been on near enough all day, cooling the house down. I thought, I'm not going to put that on. It should be fine. It cooled down a fair bit at night. Well, it seemed like it cooled down a fair bit at night. So I just had the ceiling fan on. And boy, did I know about it. I had it on full blast, and it was like it wasn't even on at all. It was so horrible. So I went to bed at, it was about 10 o'clock. I was still awake at gone 12 o'clock. And then Ginger woke me up at 5 o'clock because he wanted feeding. So needless to say, I should definitely sleep well tonight. But again, it's meant to be about 19 degrees tonight, so the aircon is definitely going in the bedroom tonight. Plus it's very muggy here as well because of the rain. So the humidity is, at the moment, is at 90%. So I'm assuming that will probably go up a bit more by the end of the day. It's definitely going to be very muggy. So Mum's doing well. She had an assessment the other day because one of the carers says she hurts her back getting my mum out of bed. So they've already assessed my mum getting in and out of bed and everything was fine, but they've never done it first thing in the morning. So they came out and assessed her. And basically they come in and wake my mum up and then automatically start getting her straight out of bed, so they don't give her time to wake up. So my mum struggles a little bit. So anyway, they come out and did this assessment. And my mum says, well, I can get out of bed, you know. I'm like, really? She went, yeah. And she showed him. She says, well, why didn't you tell us this before? She says, well, I have done. She says, you know I can get in and out of bed. So they've now decided they're going to give her an extra 15 minutes in the morning from when they wake her up, so she can come round properly and get herself out of bed, and then they just do whatever they need to do. She hasn't heard anything from the hospital. Oh, probably haven't told you this part. They now think that she has dementia. She's forgetting a lot of things, a lot more than normal. So my mum's memory's never been very good. She always forgets stuff. But yeah, she's forgetting things a lot more now than what she used to do. So they think she may have the start of dementia. And my doctor was asking about family history and I mentioned it to him. And he says, yes, she probably will do. She's had a major stroke. He says it's normally one of the signs is you get dementia. So, so she's waiting for tests for that one. And she had a booster jab for the COVID yesterday. And when I found her up the week before, she said she was waiting for the nurse to come out to give it to her. And then yesterday I was speaking, she said, yeah, the nurse said to give me my jab. I was like, well, you said she was coming last week. She said, yeah, she didn't turn up. So she did today. I was like, oh, okay. Now, I thought my mum would have taken things pretty hard as well with my auntie dying. As I mentioned before, she's really close to, well, was really close to my auntie. We used to call them twins because they looked alike. There was about 4 years difference between them. But they were a spitting image of each other. And she took it a bit bad on the day that she passed. But she's been alright since. I say at the funeral she did okay. Everyone kept saying how much she looked like my auntie. I was like, well, yeah, that's why we called them twins. And then someone was like, you look like my grandma, which was their mum. I was like, because my mum's got a couple of teeth missing at the front from when she had the fall. And my grandma had a couple of teeth missing from the front as well. So they said, you look just like grandma. So yeah, so she was getting, she looks like grandma, she looks like my auntie. But she said it all went well. So that's the main thing. And then my cousin is going to do a copy of the photo album that was getting shown around at the wake of photos of my auntie. So she's going to do my mum a copy for my mum. So my mum's happy about that. Just don't know when she's going to get it. But she's happy she's getting one. She's going to be a bit lost though, my mum, because I say her and my auntie needs to be on the phone every single day. Sometimes several times a day talking to each other. So she hasn't got anyone to speak to on the phone now. But her older sister has now, according to her, taken on the role of looking after the family. I was like, okay. So she says to me, well, if you've got any problems at all, just give me a ring and I'll sort them out for you. And it's like, what's she going to do to sort things out? For starters, I think she's 76. She's not very mobile. So, because her daughter has to look after her. So it's like, well, I don't know what she's going to be able to sort out, but she says, yeah, any problems, let me know and I'll sort it out for you. I was like, yeah, okay, then whatever. I don't think you're getting used to doing this in the Q-Snap with the camera how I used to have it, and then going back to doing it the old style. It keeps moving around. So yes, I've been trying to find fabric for the two fairies, pixies, for my auntie's projects, and can I find them? Can I? Because like I say, one of them is a wichelt, so similar kind of linen to this one, and I can't find it anywhere in Australia. Obviously Americans are not shipping over because of the freight charges or something like that, so that might change soon because everywhere's opening up again, so we'll see. So I can't find anything for that, so I'm going to try and find another colour to do that one on. And the Filipino one is on like an autumn colour fabric. Now it's just a 14 count. Now I want to do it on a 28 count. So I can do it 2/2 and then do like the skin 1/1, as was suggested by one of the people in the Facebook group I'm in. Sounds like that's a good idea. But can I find a colour? Nope. I found some fabric from JK's where I normally get all my stuff from, but they're all sold out. So they're on back order, and it's like, nah. So I went searching on other sites, and again, I think it's going to be the same. Everywhere's like, sold out, or prices were absolutely ridiculous. I was like, yeah, I'm not paying that much for a piece of fabric. So needless to say, I'm on the hunt now for 2 pieces of fabric. Now, for my piece, I'm not that much bothered about. I mean, I can do that one as and when. I want to try and get the one from my bundle, though. I want to get that started in January. So that's the one that wants the wichelt in chestnut, I think it's called. So it's that one that I need to try and find. But even looking on eBay and stuff like that, I can't find it on there. So that's obviously a hard to find fabric at the moment. I'll find something eventually. I'll look for alternatives as well. Now there's one on JK's which is Country Mocha. I don't know if that one would be alright or if it'd be too dark. So I'm gonna have to have a play around, I think, somewhere, see if I can find any of these colours and see which one's gonna look nice on it. The cats are all doing fine. They're all asleep at the moment. But yeah, they're still just as crazy as normal, especially Tiger. As you know, he likes to photobomb my videos. But he was fast asleep this morning when I did the first one. Still fast asleep at the moment, which is good. I'm sure as soon as Shane gets home, he'll start playing up. So Tiger is Shane's cat. And whenever Shane's not here, he is good as gold. Doesn't play up, doesn't whine or anything. As soon as he hears, he knows when Shane's back, he hears the car. And he starts going off and crying, and then he starts playing up, and it's like, really? You've been good as gold all the time he's been out. Now you want to play up. So we'll see what he's like in about half an hour when Shane gets home. Half an hour to an hour. He's asleep on the bed, so. If you can hear the noise that keeps going off in the background, like just happened there, that's actually one of those automatic air freshener things from Glade. You hear it going off. I don't hear it when I'm filming my videos. And then when you're watching them back, you're like, what's that noise in the background? It's that. You generally hear it a lot on my update videos. So if you ever wonder what the noise is, it's one of those. So the other week when I went to the doctors as well, I asked them about stopping smoking. So I really want to pack that in now. So I was like, yep, not a problem. Now, I've told him I've tried the patches before, but the glue on it just makes my, well, wherever I put it, red raw and really itchy. So it was like, right, well, we'll go on the tablets. I was like, okay, cool. So he gave me a prescription to get the tablets, went to the chemist, and they don't have any. For some reason, since the pandemic hit, that doesn't look that. But when the pandemic hit, the place that makes the tablets, so it's Champix, so the place that makes those have not been producing them as much. So they've got to wait until sometime in December for them to turn up. And I said, great. So I can't even stop smoking. So I've tried cutting back. That's not working. So hopefully they will get those in soon, and then I can get those and start the stop smoking thing. And the downside to stopping smoking is the putting the weight on, which I'm still trying to lose the weight from what I put on when I got over here. This is going to be fun. It's going to be a never-ending battle. That's better. Also, when I went to the doctors, it was quite funny. When they was doing my referral, he filled it all in, and I don't know how it works by the doctors you are, but he gave me the referral to give to the receptionist to fax off. Yes, they still do fax over here. And I just walked out of the office, and I was heading towards the reception. I just happened to glance at the referral, and I was like, well, that's my name. That's not my address. And I'm definitely not that old either. So I went back to the doctor. I said, you've done the wrong one. I went, well, now at the practice, there are 3 people with my name. And instead of checking the address, they just picked one. So this other person with the same name as me will probably be getting text messages saying that he had a doctor's appointment, and that is now being referred to a cardiologist. So the doctor had to redo the referral and then go in and cancel the other one from the other person's. He says they do it all the time. He says they've got 2 people there who have exactly the same name and exactly the same birth date. He says, and they do it all the time. He says, instead of checking what their address is, he said, they just pick one. He says, and they always give me the wrong one. But when I phone up and book, I said, have you got the right one? And they always go, yep, it's the same phone number as what you're phoning from. Okay, cool. And they still managed to get the wrong one. And I say, the doctor who I see is really good. I say I've not seen him for a while. And then you go back in and it's like, oh, how's so-and-so? And how are you getting on with this? And he remembers everything. Like where I work and all that lot. He's really good. He's from Fiji. sometimes it's a bit hard to understand what he's saying, but that's mainly because he uses the doctor's jargon, so you can't understand what he's talking about anyway. But yeah, he's a really good doctor. I like him. Now, for those of you who've been with me a while, you remember that I had a growth removed off my back, and I had to go back and have it redone because there were some bad areas or something like that, or bad cells. Well, I keep getting a shooting pain in it every now and then, so I just asked them to check it just to make sure it was all okay. Bear in mind it's been over a year. Well, about, yeah, over a year, I think. You can't even see where I'm stitching it. So he's like, yeah, let's have a look. And he turned around to me and says, I was like, right, does it hurt here? It's a little bit sore. What about here? And where he touched, oh my, I've never felt such a pain like that. He says, yeah, he says, I think you've got a cyst there. He says, from the looks of it, he says, they've not left the stitches in long enough for it to close everything up. He says, and it's ripped your muscle. He says, so your muscle's not closed, so you've got a cyst in it. He says, so that's why it hurts. He says, try and using some muscle gel on it. He says, if that don't work, he says, we'll have to refer you for that and all to get them to scan it and see what's there to see if it's torn your muscle or not. And I was like, great, more. I don't need any more specialists. So yeah, even he says, you're falling apart. And I said, yeah, tell me about it. So yeah, so I'm definitely falling apart. Falling apart. Oh, I've just stuffed that one up. So yeah, so now I've got to see how I get on with the muscle gel to see if that helps. And if not, it's back to the doctors. I say, well, it's only, I don't get the pain all the time, it's only every now and then. So I think it just depends how things are moving. So I'm toying around with the idea of what to do for next year, project-wise. Now, Debbie from Creative to Yours, she's doing the 22 projects for 2022. And I thought, oh, that sounds like a good idea, just working on 22 projects all year. Well, that sounds like a good idea. I might do that. And then there's the Facebook group No New Starts for 2022. They're now doing that as well, or you can work on 22 projects. And then I watched a couple of other floss tubers, and they're like, yeah, might just work on 22 projects for next year. I was like, well, everyone's jumping on it. I just thought it was going to be a unique one. And I thought, yeah, that sounded like it would be a good idea. But then, so I was working out all my projects last night, counting them all up, see how many I've got. And I've got a lot more than I thought I did. And then with the ones that I've got planned to start for next year, it's like, I think I might need to calm down with my projects a little bit. So with the ones that I've got planned for starting next year, so obviously the 2 new mirrors, and some that I've already got the fabrics for to start, it would take me to 52 whips. And it's like, do I really need 52 whips? So I think I may have to try and set some targets so I can get them finished. I'm thinking I may set a target of, obviously not all my pieces, but to try and get projects done within a set time scale, so like maybe 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, and then just work to complete those parts. So it's like some of them I was looking through and it's like, well, I can definitely get that finished by the end of next year, because some of them are like got 10,000 stitches or something like that. But then I've obviously got the 2 pieces for my brother that I need to work on. And it's like, we'll see how we go. So I'm still toying around with ideas of what to do for next year. I'm definitely not doing the no new starts, because I don't see the point in that. Because I know it won't last long. It'll probably last about a week, maybe 2, and then I'll start something new. So yeah, we're definitely not doing that. So yeah, so if you've got any ideas of what would be a good thing for next year, let me know. So like I say, the only one I've heard of people doing is either the no new starts or the 22 projects in 2022. Well, if I do 22 projects, it means I'm trying to narrow it down. Now, what I was thinking of doing, I'd already thought of this a while ago anyway, is maybe like having a rotation going of, say, doing the mini decision app and setting it up so like with kits on one, Heaven and Earth pieces on another, other full coverage on another, and just picking like one whip each week or something like that from each category and working on that. So that was another idea that I was toying with. Where am I there? But I still haven't decided. There's too many decisions to make. Or I might just do like I normally do and just stitch what I want. But then that means that some projects won't get much work. Like I say, when I was going through all my projects yesterday, I was like, well, I haven't even touched this one this year, or this one. And it's like, why is this still a whip? I could have had that one finished. I don't know. It's not bad to say when I started Floss Tube, I only had 7 projects. And nearly 2 years later, I'm now up to nearly 50. You lot of bad influences. Might even help the fact that you see some projects and you're like, I really like the look of that. It's not my typical style, but I like the look of that one. I might have a go at that. Or you get someone who sends you a gift like the Mirabilia, which was from Lisa from Cross by Floss. And it's like, yeah, I'll do that one. I like the look of that one. And then you think, oh, it won't take me that long to do these. You don't realise how big these Mirabilias are. Well, I didn't realise how big they were. I thought, I'll get one of these done in no time at all. Why is everyone saying it's taking them years? I don't understand why. They're not as small as they look. But when I get around to doing the one for my auntie, for my mum, that one, when I do get that started, will be my main project until that's completed. So even if I have a project picked out for my main project for the year, that will go on hold until I finish the one for my mum. This one obviously is on a paper chart, and I've had it blown up, so it's absolutely huge. Well, obviously when you're stitching, I don't mark mine off as I'm going along. I wait until I've done a certain amount, and then I'll count up the stitches that I've done, instead of just counting every 2 minutes. And then obviously you've got to try and work out from your other stitches where you are on your pattern. I just heard the gate go, so I do apologise for that. If you're watching this and you still start feeling seasick, I apologise. So yeah, I'm definitely going to try and get the Zooms done this weekend, because I enjoy talking to you guys on the Zooms. For those who join in on the Zooms, I really enjoy talking to you guys. Such have a good laugh. So I'm definitely going to get those done. The only thing is though, is obviously with the time difference now, trying to fit them in means it's either going to be a lot later for you guys or a lot later for me. I should say it. So that's the fun part of figuring out what time to do them, because it means I'll either have to get up early and start it early, or stay up later, or make the Zooms shorter. So normally we're on for maybe about 2 hours or so. I might have to drop those back to less time, especially for like the one where I do for the UK, because I do that on a Sunday night my time, so it's morning their time. Now obviously on a Sunday night I'm in bed by 9:30 because I'm up at 4:30, but it would mean that the Zoom would start, I'd have to start the Zoom at like 7:30, which would be 9:30. I know that for the people in the UK. So that might work out alright, but sometimes you see they roll over longer than what you expect them to. So we will see. I'll need to work out the exact times I want to do them on. But I can't wait to get them going again and start talking to people. See what everyone's been up to. These wings are bigger than you think. But there is one thing, I'm getting the hang of doing 2 over 2 stitching now. I'm finding it a lot easier than what it was when I first started. When I first started, obviously it was counting all the holes and every single stitch, and still finding out I was in the wrong spot. I'm slowly getting the hang of it now. I can generally judge now where I need to be. I'll be a master of it by the time I finish doing all the Mirabilias I've now got. Almost to the bottom of this wing, even better. And then I just got to pray that I've got it all done right and it's all lined up. So what we at? Oh, 45 minutes. It's gone pretty quick. So we'll finish this bit off and then we'll call it a day. I know some of you are probably expecting a really long one because I've not spoke to you for ages. But now I'll do a long one next time when I've got more time. Because there's nothing worse than having someone hanging around you when you're trying to film. And it's like yesterday. Shane was home. It was George the other day. And he was like a big kid. I'm bored, there's nothing to do. I was like, well, cut the grass, it's too hot. Wash the car, it's too hot. Do one of your models. Nah, can't be bothered. Well, go on, visit your friend. Nah. So then he'd disappear and then he'd come back a bit later on. He was playing with a cat toy. What was that? Really? So you come sit in the room, play with the cat toy, then he'd disappear again, and then come back a bit later, sit right down, start playing with the cat toy again. It's like, will you go and do something? You're annoying me now. Anyway, it took till about 3 o'clock for him to decide he was going down to his friend's house. And thank goodness for that. So I was going to do my video last night. I thought, no, I'll get it done in the morning. He won't be back early. And obviously, he decided he's coming back earlier than what he should do. But yeah, it was just like having a kid in the house. Going, I'm bored, I'm bored. I was telling my mum that yesterday. She went, well, tell him to come back over here then. She says he was never bored over here, he was always finding something to do. She's trying her hardest, bless her, to get me to come back home. I was like, well, you know we can't come over because there's no flights. So yeah, so the rest of Australia has opened up for international flights, etc. We haven't. We haven't reached the milestone yet for the vaccines. So we're still stuck here. And then they've turned around and said that anyone who's going abroad have to pay for a COVID test, CPT test, or whatever it's called, $150. And you obviously have to have 2, one for leaving the country and one for going back to the country. And then they said that you may then also need one when you get to any other countries that you're visiting. So you need to budget for them. And I was like, really? That's expensive. So, but they're even on about like people from interstate, so from New South Wales or wherever, coming over the border, of having to pay $150 to get a test done. You could have it done 3 days before you come over. Then $150 again to have another test done to go back over the border. And I was like, that's ridiculous. Once you've opened up, you should just be able to cross the borders. It's the same country. But no. So then people are now protesting about that. Which is rightly so. Even some of the MPs are getting involved in it and all saying you should not have to pay $150 just to have a test done. It's way too much. So we'll see what happens with that. So right, so we're done stitching. So we're not done too bad. We've done all the way around here. Went pretty quick. So I'm going to leave it there then, guys, for now. So if you've got any questions or comments, then please, again, feel free to drop those down below, or send me an email on the usual email address, which is, again, linked down below. And I will catch you on my next Stitch With Me, or update video, whichever comes first. Depends if I get a chance to get another one done. So until then, stay safe, happy stitching, happy crafting. I'll catch you in my next video. Again, thank you very much for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.